welcome to So What, the podcast where we talk with experts about one thing that is profoundly and perhaps unexpectedly significant and that they will argue should matter to everyone. I'm Mother Emma.
And I'm Sean. Today we have a special episode. Instead of only one boring adult expert, we have 5 separate interviews with kids. For a few minutes each, they will talk to us about a thing they know more than a little something about.
We're going to start off by hearing from EJ, who has a deep knowledge and passion for his topic and a desire to convince disbelievers. Hi, thanks for joining us. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us how old you are?
Hello there. I go by EJ. I'm 12 years old, and today I'll be talking about baseball.
Baseball. So just baseball, and we're talking about like American baseball. Are there more than one kind of? I'm not very familiar with baseball.
I mean, a lot of people think that baseball is just an American sport, but there's an event that happens like every 3 years that's called the WBC, the World Baseball Classic, and like all the countries do it. So there's like Japan's in it, Mexico's in it, Korea's in it, like all different places, like Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, U.S., like all the different places, and they're the best players from each country. Or
cool, like an all-star game.
A lot of people think baseball is boring, but like some people just haven't seen like the right game.
Okay.
Like there's a game in the World Series that went like 18 innings. It was really cool. I didn't watch all of it because it went till like 2 a.m, but it was awesome. It was the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. I think game 3 of the World Series. World Series just ended. Dodgers won, which makes me kind of sad, but yeah.
So wait, so the 18 innings game that went until 2 a.m. was recently? In the last couple of weeks?
And it may sound boring, but like it's like a very suspenseful game. Like the stakes are very high every game because people can lose a division. Like the Premier League, like it has like a first place winner for a trophy. It's just such a fun game and it has so much to offer for like all kids and adults. Anyone can play. It's such a fun game.
I know that you play.
Yeah, I was going to ask. You don't just watch, you're also a participant.
Yeah, I play baseball.
From a player's perspective, what makes it interesting?
I feel like a lot of people who play baseball have some sort of ADHD because it takes a lot of focus. I have ADHD, so I have very selective focus. Like I could like doze off and then be hyper focused at the next second. So I feel like what makes it fun is like a lot of baseball players like love like suspense. So like and like stakes. I don't know. One of my favorite positions is the outfield because you just get to see the whole field. And it's just such a great view. You get to see the hitter, you get to see the pitcher, you get to see the crowd, you get to see the fans, you get to see all that. So the outfield is like one of my favorite spots, specifically right field.
You play that frequently? You're out there? I
mostly play right field, yeah. People say that the hardest thing in sports is to hit a baseball. I've on the major league level. Now, I'm not in the major league level, so I don't really know what that feels like.
Sure.
But I've seen cars drive down a highway 90 miles an hour, and people throw a ball 90 miles an hour. So I can kind of imagine how hard it is to hit that, especially from a short distance. They throw from like 60 feet away.
So, okay, you play baseball, you love the right field. I could really picture it when you were talking about what it feels like to be in the right field watching in. You were also saying that when you watch baseball, that people misdiagnose it as like a boring game.
I feel like any kid who wants to play baseball or just play baseball understands when you're like in your backyard and you're like 7 years old and you have a little bat in your hands and you're like, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, the World Series. And you like picture a scene in your head and then you swing and you pretend to jog around the bases and hit a home run. Hitting a home run is one of the most exhilarating moments. Some people just haven't seen the right games. Like if they were to watch some highlights of like some of the best games, I think people would understand more. You can't like completely change someone's mind, but like my goal is to like tell people about baseball and like just that it's a cool sport, and like you should at least try to watch it. And if they don't like it, then they don't like it. But I just think not a lot of people give baseball a chance, but the people that do don't usually regret it.
That's pretty cool.
That's a good
soundbite right there.
That's a good soundbite there.
Like, what are a few of these things that you think are the coolest parts of baseball?
Coolest thing you can ever see in baseball is a walk-off home run. That is the pinnacle. That's the best part. Because you hit a home run, it goes over the fence, the stadium goes crazy, everyone's screaming, the person rounds the bases, and whenever someone hits a walk-off home run, they jump on the plate, and then their whole team showers them with a Gatorade tub and all kinds of water and stuff. Yeah. And the walk-off home run is the best part of baseball, in my opinion. Second is always the brawls. The brawls are the best. Everyone's fighting each other, and everyone gets ejected, which means like thrown out of the game, like a red card in soccer.
So you opened up by talking about this sort of global, international game that you kind of opened by saying this is another great example of why baseball is interesting, why it's something that people should know about and talk about. Have you watched some of these games?
Yes, I have. I've watched Japan versus USA in the final game, and Japan just beat the crap out of the US. Well, actually, it was pretty close. But Japan is way better than the U.S.
What is the championship called again?
World Baseball Classic is a bracket formatted tournament where it's kind of like the Champions League, but with no group stage. I'm trying to make soccer references out here because I know a lot of people watch soccer and don't like baseball.
So the WBC, when we were talking yesterday, you said it's going to be next year, right? So it's not every year?
Next year, March of 2026. You can look that up. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But
all right, we'll mark our calendar.
Yeah. You guys should watch it. I think it will really change your perception about baseball if I haven't already.
All right. Thanks.
Great.
EJ, appreciate you talking to us today about baseball.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, anytime. All right, I'm out.
I don't know if I'd say I'd converted to baseball fandom completely, but I did not know it was as international.
Yeah. And I wasn't aware of the importance of the brawls.
The brawls, right. The brawls are great. They sound great.
Our next guest has been interested in their object for a very long time, almost 10 years. And the nostalgia that this inspires for them is part of what they say makes it special. Well, hello. Welcome. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Iris. I'm 15.
Hi, Iris. Thanks for being with us today.
What are you gonna tell us about today?
I'm gonna talk about Pokemon.
Nice. Is this a friend of yours?
No, it's like a series.
Oh, it's a series. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's I think it started out as the cards.
Okay.
And then they ended up making a video games out of it.
So are you talking to us about the cards or the cartoon or the video game or all of it?
All of it.
Oh.
What was your entry point into the Pokemon universe?
I believe it was the cards. I remember it was kindergarten. One of my friends had brought a pack for me to open. And then that sort of started my interest.
So it's been a long ride with Pokemon. What makes it interesting?
Pokemon?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's very nostalgic. Like, since I've been interested in it since I was little. It's fun, first of all. And then there's, like, a bunch of different, like, ways to, like, take it in, I guess. Because the games you can play for a long time, and then if you wanted to watch the whole series, you could watch that for a really long time. So, I don't know, there's just a lot.
It's like a happy place for you.
Yeah.
So there's books, there's cards, there's the TV show, there's been movies, and there's a video game, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of video games. And then within those video games, there's, like, generations.
There's so many different pieces of media here and connections here. Why do people like it so much? Or maybe why do you like it so much? Why should people like it so much?
I think nostalgia mostly.
Nostalgia?
Yeah. I mean, like, once you start playing, you, like, make your team of 6 Pokemon, and then you name them, and you, like, you can't build a relationship with them, obviously, because it's, like, a game.
Sure.
But, like, you're playing with them for, like, 35 hours is, like, how long the games are, at least.
The video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that you build these characters, and of course you can't have a relationship with them, but there is a word, right? The word parasocial is exactly for that kind of relationship, and they come to mean something. And did you have a favorite Pokemon?
I have a couple. I'd say Greninja is one of my favorites, and then Noivern.
Yeah?
Yeah. Greninja is water and dark type. There's 18 types. So, and then Noivern is flying dragon.
Wow. That sounds pretty cool.
When you're talking with your Pokemon people, are there things that you can talk about that you can give each other that knowing nod, whereas other people are just kind of outside?
Yeah, it's something that, binds you together.
Yeah, like what was your first game, or what was your first generation?
Is that a question that you ask or have been asked?
Yeah. And then what your favorite, or what your first starter was in that game. So there's, like, at the beginning of the games you can pick from 3 Pokemon, and that's your starter.
And what does that tell you, like the answer to that question, do you think? Like, if somebody was to say generation 2 or 6?
I think it just is a good conversation starter. And, like, starts a debate, because people definitely prefer starters. So, like, if somebody says one that you don't like, they're like, ugh, and then they are like, what? No, that's a good one. That's my favorite.
So earlier today, I showed you an advertisement that the Department of Homeland Security was using Pokemon in their advertisement. What do you make of that?
I think it's just terrible. Like, I don't know. It's like people's childhoods, and then they're just putting it on over something terrible, and then they're making it sound like it's fun.
It's like sort of ruining 2 things at once.
Yeah.
So you've run across somebody who doesn't know anything about Pokemon, and you have what we call an elevator pitch. You have, like, about the time that it takes you to ride an elevator with somebody to tell them why they should get into Pokemon. Either the cards or the video game or whatever. What's your elevator pitch? It has to be more than it's fun.
More than it's fun?
Yeah.
Well, there's lovable characters, and it's a beautiful game. All the games are beautifully made, so you can enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And there's a lot of ways to take it in, like through the movies or the TV shows or the books or the games or the community. There's a lot of people that you can talk to about it. You can make friends through it. Yeah, and then just have something to love and be nostalgic about.
Oh, that's a really good elevator pitch.
Ding. Cool. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay.
I've only seen Detective Pikachu, but I guess there's a lot more Pokemon to explore.
I thought I bought my kid everything Pokemon related for years. But turns out I don't think I got everything that it actually meant. So our next guest brings us to something that I have been avoiding for years.
Teen drama?
Well, I kind of meant all of TikTok, but not teen drama either. Hi, thanks for joining us. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us how old you are?
Hi, I'm BE and I'm 12 years old.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And what are we hearing about today?
So today I'm going to be talking about the GlowHouse.
The GlowHouse.
What is the GlowHouse?
So the GlowHouse is like a group of TikTok influencers, and they don't live together, but they kind of make content together, and they host parties.
And what makes the house they live in glow?
So they have their whole thing is that they want to inspire young girls to be themselves. So they have a podcast called Glow and Grow. So it's supposed to help you glow.
Right.
And what does that mean? What is the glowing about? What does it mean to glow?
Kind of just be yourself and don't listen to others.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
All right.
that's cool. What do you think is interesting about this group? Are they different from other kind of influencers that you follow?
Well, I think they're interesting because their whole thing is trying to inspire people, but they don't exactly do that.
Oh, no?
They don't?
There's a lot of drama, and so people aren't focused on what they're trying to do, but they're doing the opposite of what they say they'll do.
That sounds hilarious. Can you give us an example?
Yeah, so right now the big drama is the leader or the creator of the GlowHouse, her name is Gianna, and Kenny, who's a part of the GlowHouse, she was flirting with Gianna's boyfriend and trying to get with him. And so there's drama because you're not supposed to inspire people to talk to their friend's boyfriend.
Right. And so that's not what they're actually saying to do, but that is how they're behaving themselves.
Mm-hmm. And one of the members, she's people don't like her because she reposted racist things.
Oh no!
Yikes!
Which also isn't very inspiring.
Sure. What makes it interesting to watch? Do you believe any of the things that they say? You said that they're trying to inspire young girls. Do you believe them when they say that?
Well, the thing is, everyone in the GlowHouse is just very, conventionally pretty. It's, all, blonde white girls, besides for, a few people. There's, 2 girls who are black, and then that's it. And so, basically, it's kind of weird, because, they just, kind of, post themselves, lip-syncing to songs and doing dances and, looking pretty, which isn't very inspiring.
So, but I think when you started, you said you like watching them because they have this sort of mission to inspire girls to glow, but then there's this contradiction here. Are you interested in it because you like the mission, or the drama that comes with them not actually achieving it, or both? What do you feel is attractive about it?
I like watching the drama. I don't really care that I don't listen to their podcast. I just like seeing what's going on in the house.
Sure, because that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
So why would you recommend it, you think, to somebody else who may not have come across it naturally?
Well, it's I don't know what I would say, but it's kind of interesting because it's kind of like a reality show, but it's on TikTok.
Right.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have a group here that is they don't live in a house and they don't actually help people glow, but they're called the Real GlowHouse. But there must be some group that you watch or some person you watch that actually, I mean, would you like it if there was somebody who was really helping people glow?
Well, there is a few influencers that try to do that, but then somehow they always end up getting canceled.
You mean canceled because they do something that people cancel them for, or they just don't get enough followers?
People cancel them because they just say things that people don't like.
Right.
What's it like? What are the things that get you canceled on TikTok at this point?
Well, if you say an opinion that not everyone in the world is going to agree with, they're going to cancel you.
That seems like that's an impossible situation.
Well, it happens to almost every influencer.
Wow. It makes me understand why I'm not an influencer now.
There is absolutely nothing that everybody agrees on, right? So you don't think that there's any kind of room for people to say things that are controversial without actually losing your job over it?
You just have to land on the right side of TikTok. If the algorithm gives your video to someone who'll support your ideas, you'll probably get a few hate comments, but you won't get so canceled. But if you the algorithm gives someone a video that you don't agree with, then you'll probably get in a lot more trouble, since people who see your video don't agree with what you believe in.
Sure.
Well, thanks, B. It was really nice to meet you.
Jen, thanks for talking to us about the GlowHouse.
Yeah, of course.
Well, thanks a lot. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye.
I mean, I don't know if I'm any less scared of, like, I guess either TikTok or teen drama.
Yeah, it seems frightening, but maybe I'm just getting too old. I feel like it would be good if there was a GlowHouse that really helped people glow. There's a real niche to fill there. Our next guest brought us the most scientific topic, and I think it's safe to say we both learned a lot from this kid. Hello, thanks for joining us. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Atlas. I'm 11 years old.
Thanks for joining us, Atlas.
I am very thankful for you joining us.
So what are you going to talk to us about, Atlas? What is the important thing that you think we should know about and think about?
Planets.
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 Yeah.
Anything in particular about planets?
I just think it's important to learn about them.
I mean, I don't even know if this is a good question. Do you have a favorite planet?
No.
Isn't Earth the best? Is it not the best planet?
We're kind of destroying Earth, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is that. As I understand it, though, Elon Musk really wants to go to Mars. Do you think that that's a good idea?
No.
Maybe it's a good idea for us, though, right? If he goes to
Yeah.
Mars.
Yeah. We should probably send him there.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
But he might not be able to get back.
Oopsie.
So why is it not a good idea for him to go?
Because the surface is covered in rust, it's like you can't breathe in rust.
Mm-hmm.
You would get it's like tetanus.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
yeah. And then there's also like a lack of oxygen. It's super cold.
Oh, wow. Are there other planets that have ice?
Surprisingly, Mercury has ice. So it's like, even though it's the closest planet to the sun, it has deep craters near its poles.
I think you're also telling me that, surprisingly, there's one side of Mercury that's really cold.
So Mercury's orbit is really, really messed up. It has like 58 Earth Day days
Okay.
and like 85, 87 day years.
Oh, wow. Wait, so each day is super long, but in terms of Earth days, but each year is super short?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what does that mean about the orbit?
So it spins like really slow.
Oh.
So that's rotation, which is like day on Earth. Orbit is going like around the sun.
Uh-huh.
One of its poles never sees sunlight. Maybe 5-10 minutes it sees sunlight, and then it rotates. There's a lot of ice there because it's like always night and never gets sunlight.
I fully confess I did not know that. That's very interesting. Isn't there a planet which is sort of the opposite of that in terms of the rotation versus the orbit?
I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but Jupiter it's like the biggest planet in our solar system, and it has so it has like 600 day years, but then it has like 9-hour days.
Wow.
So
it's spinning very fast.
It spins like 9 hours, and then it rotates around the sun 600 days.
Yeah, that's super fast and super big orbit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a massive planet, so it must be like, if you're like on the surface of the planet, you'd really feel it moving.
And Jupiter has a few moons, right? That are kind of interesting.
But it has a moon that is named after you, right?
That's Saturn.
Oh, Saturn. Oh, geez. Okay. Did you have another Saturn fact?
So Saturn, it has these things called shepherd moons that hold its rings in place.
So the rings are in place because of moons?
Yeah, the gravitational pull of the shepherd moons keep the rings in place.
Is Atlas one of those shepherd moons?
Yes.
Oh. That's great.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. If you had to recommend learning about planets to somebody else, how would you pitch it?
Well, I've had a lot of practice with that. Because my mom doesn't actually believe in, like, space and, like, that we should spend, like, money and time on that. And I completely disagree. One way I try to, like, bring her into it
Yeah.
is that we're all made of stardust, which is a thing from astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically, he explains that the carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen in our bodies were forged in the course of like ancient stars that exploded a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like to know planets is sort of like a way of knowing ourselves some more.
Yeah. Like, we wouldn't be here if stars hadn't exploded, so.
Right.
And planets are sort of like our siblings.
Yeah, or like
Cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us about the planets, about your cousins.
And your namesake.
And your namesake, yes.
Thank you, Atlas.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm still most struck by the way time passes on Jupiter. I have to say it sounds a little terrifying. The days are shorter and the years are longer.
It's like the opposite of parenting, right? Like, isn't that what they say? Long days and short years?
Exactly. I already don't have enough hours in the day, and I can't believe my kids are already so grown up.
I know. So our final guest for today showed us that to play a sport and to play it thoughtfully are actually completely different things. Hi, thanks for joining us. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us how old you are?
Yes, I'm 12 years old and my name is KCS.
What are you talking to us about today?
I'm talking about soccer formations and like why they're underrated.
And a formation of soccer is what?
It's how the players are set up on the field and like what positions they play and the different positions that there are. So there's actually numbers for them. It goes from 1 to 11, the 1 being the goalie and 11 being the center attacking mid or like a center midfielder.
So does it actually matter to the game where these formations are?
Actually, it's a really big part of the game. So if your team has more skill level than the other opposing team, but you don't have a formation that like expresses your skill level, then you'll probably lose. So if you have good attack, that means that you express that attack with kind of less numbers and more defense.
Because you would argue that the offense can like do a lot of work. You don't need a lot of people out there because you've got a strong attacking position.
Yes, that is completely correct.
So these formations, is it something that coaches would help decide what the formation should be, or is this something that the players among themselves decide?
This is what the coach decides because the coach knows all of the players' skill level and how they work as a team. So, for example, if they're like really good at midfield and passing the ball in the like center near the half line mark in like passing, you would probably go with a 4-3-3, which is 4 defenders, 3 strikers, and 3 midfielders.
So when you walk on a field, do you look at what the other team formation looks like? And does that make you think differently about what you need to think about doing in the game?
You do look at the formation of that team, but not because so you can change your formation, but to how to like counter that formation and what their strengths are.
Right.
So if they have like one striker up, then chances are that they're going to depend pretty heavily on that striker.
Yeah, that usually means that they're like that striker's really fast and can make good throughs or can make good runs in the line of the defense so he can get the ball and score.
So this seems like a lot of information to keep in your head while a ball is hurtling at tremendous speeds all over the field. I remember watching a game, and your regular coach, this was last year or something, and your regular coach was not coaching you. It was one of the parents of one of the kids. There was like a mini tournament, and he encouraged a particular formation, and you lost that first game, and then the kids revolted and said they wanted a different formation, and then you didn't lose a single other game. Do you remember that happening?
I do remember that.
And how did you know that was going to work, or that was part of what was not working?
So in that moment, we figured out, usually the coach does this. They know our skills and what we're good at. But in that moment, we figured out what wasn't working. So I forgot what kind of formation it was that we were losing. But then we figured out that maybe it was the defense, that there wasn't enough defense. And we had too many strikers.
So I guess the reason that I was asking was because it feels like the formation represents the whole team. And at some point, all the players kind of need to know, the strengths of the whole team. Is that right?
Yes, actually. That is very right. The formation actually depends on the skill level of the team.
Taking all this in, do you feel like this has carried over? Not literally that every place you enter has a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, 4-2-3. Nice.
Yeah, but looking at the strengths of the people on the field, do you feel like that carries over, or is it just in soccer?
I feel like it's somewhat just in soccer, but also it could relate to what happens if you were taking a competitive math test or something, and you look at your opponent's results of a different math test to get into that one. Then you could, it says, oh, they're really good at geometry, so I need to study geometry. Or they're really good at algebra, so I need to study algebra. But you know that you're good at...
Wow. Are you going to be able to name a third math thing?
I don't know. Yes, subtraction. What happens if you're really good at subtraction? You would have to do really good on subtraction.
So does this give you a different feeling about your teammates when you think about playing soccer?
Yeah, if you have the right formation, then your chemistry would be really good. That means you understand all your players, what they do, what their strengths, what their weaknesses are.
It's very cool. Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I confess, I had no idea there was so much theory and strategy in soccer. Mm-hmm. But other ways, it's so impressive that a kid already has such a handle on it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see how much kids are paying attention, to the things that they like anyway, and are eager to convince us that we should like them too.
It makes calling them experts seem like less of a stretch.
Lesson learned. Okay, well, we've been talking today to EJ, B, Iris, Atlas, and KCS about baseball and TikTok, about Pokemon, planets, and soccer formations. And I guess all the ways that the things that interest us are also the things that connect us to other people. I'm Madhurima. You can find out more about my work at madhurimachakravarti.net.
And I'm Sean. You can find my writing at breakingculture.substack.com. The music for the show was composed for us by Chris Stokes. You've been listening to the podcast, So What?